There's a moment, and if you've ever stood on the top deck of a cruise ship as it pulls away from the dock, you know exactly what I mean. Where the city behind you starts to shrink, the salt air fills your lungs, and every single thing that was weighing on you back on land just lets go. That feeling, that is what the best Royal Caribbean voyages are built around. Welcome back to Cruise Navigator, the channel where we take the guesswork out of finding your perfect cruise. Today, we're counting down the top 5 Royal Caribbean cruises that depart right here from the United States. These aren't just cruises pulled from a brochure. These are sailings researched inside and out, ones that genuinely deliver on their promise every single time. Whether you're a first-timer wondering where to even begin, or a seasoned sailor ready for your next chapter at sea, this list was made for you. Let's get into it. Coming in at number 5, we're starting on the West Coast. And this one is for everyone who lives in California or who simply refuses to spend half their vacation in an airport. Navigator of the Seas sails out of Los Angeles, and the moment you step on board, you understand exactly why this ship carries that name. Navigator recently went through a complete transformation. Royal Caribbean essentially rebuilt her from the inside out to bring her fully into the modern era. What emerged is genuinely remarkable. The ship now boasts an outdoor poolside movie screen, a redesigned pool deck with a swim-up bar, 8 heart-pounding water slides that will have you screaming and laughing at the same time, and a completely reimagined kids zone that parents will secretly enjoy just as much as the children. The itineraries from LA take you south into Mexico, Ensenada, Cabo San Lucas, and the jewel of the California coast, Catalina Island. It's sun, it's color, it's that salt-rimmed feeling you've been craving, without committing to a 10-day voyage. For West Coast travelers, this is one of the easiest yes decisions you will ever make. Number 4 takes us to Miami. And if you're going to sail from one of the most electric cities in America, you might as well do it on a ship that matches that energy entirely. Symphony of the Seas is Royal Caribbean's crown jewel, and sailing her out of Port Miami is an experience that begins the moment you walk into that terminal. She spans 24 decks and carries over 5,000 guests, yet somehow the design makes her feel intimate in all the right places. The neighborhoods concept woven into her layout means every corner of the ship has its own distinct personality. Central Park, with its real living trees and candlelit restaurant row, feels like a hidden garden tucked inside a city. The boardwalk pulses with color and laughter. The Royal Promenade glitters at every hour of the day and night. Symphony sails the Eastern and Western Caribbean, St. Martin, St. Thomas, Nassau, Cozumel. If you want the classic Caribbean experience wrapped inside a ship that gives you something new to fall in love with every single day at sea, Symphony is your answer. It isn't just a cruise, it is an event. For number 3, we're shining a light on a departure port that deserves far more attention than it gets. Cape Liberty in Bayonne, New Jersey, sitting right across the water from the Manhattan skyline. If you're anywhere on the East Coast north of Virginia, this is your port. No flights, no connections, no lost luggage, just you and the open Atlantic. And the ship sailing from here, Anthem of the Seas, is one of the most genuinely thrilling vessels in the entire Royal Caribbean fleet. Anthem is home to the North Star, a glass observation capsule that rises 290 feet above the ocean's surface. Standing inside it, suspended over open water, watching the horizon stretch in every direction, it is one of those moments that stays with you long after the trip is over. She's also home to Ripcord by iFly, the first skydiving simulator ever installed on a cruise ship, a Dodgem car arena, a 2-story laser tag course, and the most extraordinary dining experience you will ever encounter at sea, a show restaurant called 270, where floor-to-ceiling robotic screens envelop you in a live performance while you dine. There is genuinely nothing else like it anywhere on the water. Anthem sails Bermuda and the Bahamas from New Jersey, and there is something quietly magical about watching the Manhattan skyline disappear behind you, knowing that pink sand beaches are waiting on the other side. If you're based in the Northeast and you haven't sailed Anthem yet, that changes this year. Number 2 is Wonder of the Seas, and she earns that name in every possible way. At the time of her debut, she was the largest cruise ship ever built, and she sails from Port Canaveral, Florida, just 1 hour from Orlando. If you've ever dreamed of pairing a theme park adventure with a Caribbean escape, the geography here does all the planning planning for you. But wonder is far more than her size. She introduced something entirely new to the fleet, the Suite Neighborhood, a private world at the ship's stern with exclusive pools, restaurants, and open-air sun decks reserved solely for suite guests. For everyone else, sailing in standard cabins, every other inch of this ship is just as extraordinary. The Aqua Theater hosts high diving and aerial acrobatics performances that rival anything you'd see on a stage on land. The dining lineup spans over 20 venues, including Wonderland, where every dish arrives as a piece of edible art, and Hooked Seafood, where the shrimp is so fresh, you'll wonder why you ever ate it any other way. And then there is Perfect Day at Coco Cay, Royal Caribbean's private island, included in Wonder's itineraries, and a destination that stands entirely on its own. Overwater Cabanas, Thrill Water Park, a swim-up bar inside a lagoon so impossibly blue, it looks like someone turned up the saturation. They didn't. It actually looks like that. And the #1 Royal Caribbean cruise departing from the United States, and this is said with complete conviction, is Icon of the Seas, sailing out of Miami. She is the largest cruise ship ever constructed on this earth. She displaces 250,000 gross tons. She carries up to 7,560 guests across 20 neighborhoods, 7 pools, and 6 water slides. She has a Caribbean-inspired inland sea called Chill Island, built directly into her hull, and an adults-only neighborhood called Hideaway, a pulsing, open-air nightlife district designed for those who want the full energy of a luxury beach club without a single interruption. Category 6, her onboard water park, is the largest ever built at sea, with slides that send you nearly vertical before launching you out over the open ocean. There is an ice skating rink, a West End caliber theater, Crown's Edge, a skywalk experience that places you on a narrow plank extending beyond the ship's edge, 40 feet above the waterline, with nothing but open air on either side of you. And Surfside, a neighborhood food hall, so well executed it rivals the best casual dining in any city. Icon sails the Eastern Caribbean, St. Thomas, St. Martin, and Perfect Day at Coco Cay. But the truth is, the itinerary is almost beside the point. Icon of the Seas is the destination. There has never been anything like her in the history of passenger ships. If you sail one vessel in your entire lifetime, let it be this one. So there you have it, the top 5 Royal Caribbean cruises departing from the United States. From the effortless West Coast warmth of Navigator of the Seas to the sheer, breathtaking scale of Icon of the Seas, Royal Caribbean has built something that goes far beyond a vacation. Each of these sailings is its own world. Each one offers something the others don't, but they all share one quality: the ability to make you feel from the moment you board that the world is wider and more wonderful than you remembered. Now we want to hear from you. Which of these 5 is calling your name? Tell us in the comments. Every single one gets read, and there is nothing better than knowing where you all want to sail next. If you haven't subscribed to Cruise Navigator Net, now is the moment. Hit subscribe, ring the bell, and never miss a new video. And if this one helped you find your next adventure, a like means more than you know. It helps other travelers find this channel and start planning trips they'll carry with them for the rest of their lives. Safe travels, and we'll see you in the next one.